The entirety of the IFPA Women's Advisory Board just resigned in protest. The IFPA is the International Flipper Pinball Association. This is the governing body behind pinball competitions. A little over a week ago, an incident occurred at a pinball tournament at Flipper's Arcade in North Carolina. An employee named Becky Connell was working the registration desk at the OBX Fall Pinball Tournament Series. Becky registered a trans woman for the event and saw her use the restroom. She proceeded to confront the woman and force her out of the bathroom and even threatened to call the police. Becky falsely claimed that she had the authority to get any trans woman using the restroom at that arcade arrested. The director of the event was notified of the incident, but Becky remained at the registration event and proceeded to harass every trans woman and queer-looking person who registered for the event. This is against the official rules for IFPA-sanctioned events, and at some point the IFPA board was notified. The IFPA Women's Advisory Board voted unanimously to desanction the event, but they were overruled by the decision of a single man named Adam Becker. This is indicative of a larger problem with the IFPA and their unwillingness to do more than the bare minimum to be inclusive and listen to diverse voices. Which is why the Women's Advisory Board all resigned. You can read their entire statement in the slides behind me, but the highlights are that the Women's Advisory Board recognized that their working relationship with the IFPA leadership cannot be repaired. And while they do not believe that the IFPA is a bigoted organization, they do believe that the organization urgently needs to update its leadership structure and make space for a more diverse set of voices that can actually represent the community that it serves. A global player base deserves leadership that includes people from marginalized groups in meaningful and empowered roles. And they continue to reiterate that there's a lot of important work that needs to be done in this space, but they also highlight the recent support for trans and non-binary players in pinball and the fact that that gives them hope. And they are absolutely right that there needs to be more diverse voices in positions of leadership. If a single man can override a unanimous decision from the Women's Advisory Board, then they have not been given a meaningful voice or a meaningful position of leadership. The IFPA needs to change, and they need to do so quickly.